Alright, good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. Look at the time. It's 1 a.m. It is not morning. Good afternoon. Good night, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. It is time for more leak coding because even though it's 1 a.m., I said that I was going to do a leak code video every single day. I was going to attempt to solve a leak code problem every single day. I wasn't going to give up. I wasn't going to miss a day. So let's do that. Although it is, I'm thinking of changing things a little bit. I have been focusing on binary search, just doing binary search. I think it's good to do one topic and really get to do it. But on the other hand, mm, I'm I'm thinking like if I'm spending more of my energy on the machine learning videos, I think what I am going to do is kind of take a more relaxed, take my foot off the gas on leak code. So I'm still going to do leak code. I'm still going to do one leak code every single day, but maybe I can just play around with the different topics and just kind of visit different ones. So try a greedy, but an easy greedy. Try a whatever it is, dynamic programming, but an easy one. Just try random topics, and this way, what it's gonna do is it's just gonna be easy. I'm just gonna choose an easy problem. It's also going to be, I'm not expecting myself to be able to solve it. I'm not going to hold myself to really a high standard as of right now. And the reason is because, it's I'm putting more of my energy towards work and towards doing uh, my right now I'm doing machine learning. I'm doing that. Have that up here. I just finished a video on machine learning. So anyways, I think, okay, I'll put my energy there, and how do I move forward? How do I make sure that I still retain momentum in leak code? And I think that this method, it will be able to, it's not going to be as intense, right? I'm not going to be like drilling into one algorithm, but it allows me to kind of take advantage of time, which is okay, right now I'm just kind of getting a general overview of the different topics. I'm kind of figuring out what's out there. I'm getting introduced to it. I can't solve it. That's fine. Just look at the answer. Try to kind of like, again, not intense. I'm not going to be like, I have to understand this answer. I have to understand this problem. As of right now, it's going to be more kind of just like, look at the answer, be like, okay, that's how they're doing it. Okay, cool. Like, that's good. That's great. All right. And then later, when I get more intense, once I start shifting my attention allocation, or my whatever you want to call it, like brain power allocation, away from maybe the projects, more towards leak code. Okay, well now I've put a lot of these things into my subconscious, and I really, really, really do believe how powerful the subconscious is, because when you are doing something, you don't realize that you're improving. You don't realize that you're actually putting a lot of knowledge into your subconscious, and your subconscious is actually absorbing a lot of that material. You don't think about that, but it is. Even though you don't know it, it is. And so that's why I'm saying, like, I think that there's huge value of doing something, even if it is at a lower intensity. Because the worst thing is just not to do it, right? Because then you don't get that subconscious time with it. And by time, I mean, okay, you spend maybe an hour or even 30 minutes on a problem, okay? It's not just that 30 minutes. It's you spend 30 minutes, but it's you do things day, and this does seep in. So that's kind of the approach that I'm going to be doing. So, I don't know. What do we want to do? Let's try a greedy. Let's do an easy greedy. Okay. Not seeing many easies. Let's, longest palindrome. All right. So, let's, start. Well, if it loads. If. If. Oh, it looks like it is going to load. All right. Internet is a little bit slow today, I guess. So, 409. Longest palindrome. Hey, we hit 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. All right. Given a string S, which consists of lowercase and or uppercase letters, return the length of the longest palindrome that can be built with those letters. Okay. I wish this was coffee. It is not coffee. This is water. I have a bad habit of drinking coffee at midnight, and then I don't even know if it affects my sleep. I drink so much coffee anyways that I think my body is just like used to it. But okay, so letters are case sensitive. For example, AA is not considered a palindrome. Ooh, okay. So we have this right here. A B C C C C C D D. Okay? So what are we trying to do? We are trying to return the length of the longest palindrome that can be built with those letters. So can I like rearrange the letters? Right? Like one longest palindrome that can be built is D. Oh, okay, so I can rearrange the letters. So D on this side, and then CC, CC, and A. So it has symmetry over the middle. Whose length is 7. This one is 1. What about if like you can't? What if you can't make a palindrome? What if it's like AB, right? Like that's you can't make a palindrome with AB. Does it say that? Can we build with those? I mean, it doesn't explicitly say that all input or all strings can be a palindrome. So, okay. How might I be able to solve this? So, well, I mean, I guess in the case of AB, the longest palindrome that I could make is 1, right? Yeah. Because it would just be A or it would be B. So can I like count pairs? That's what I'm thinking. Like, can I count? I'm thinking, can I count just like? Oh, I have an A. I don't know. I make like a dictionary, and I put A in, and I initially I have 0, and then I see that I have a B, and then so now I have A is the key, 1 is the value, B is the key, 1 is the value, C is the key, 1 is the value, C is the key, 2 is the value, 3, 4, okay? So C is now has a value of 4. Then D here, and I add it, so now D has value 2, okay? And then D has the value 3. I guess actually that does not. No, this is a b. So b has the value 1, and then dd, so d has the value of 2. Okay. And then what, yeah, I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, hold on a second. That's not a palindrome, but this is the input. Okay, so then what I do is I loop over my interval of key value pairs. I check the values based off of if they are even, right? Because if I have 2, then I know that I can add those together. Like I can have whatever. Oops. I can have AA, right? If I have 2 A's, I can put it like that. And then if I have 2 B's, I can put it like that. If I have 4 B's, I can put it like that. If I have 6 B's, I can put it like that. If I have 2 Y's, I can put it like that. Right? Yeah. But then I can also do something like this. If I have 1 Z, I can put a Z right there, and that's still a palindrome, right? So I can have 1 odd number. Okay, so I'm gonna try to write this solution out. Let's see what we can do. I think default dict. What's the, hold on, let me come here. What is the Python default dict what is it? I mean, that's not correct grammar, but luckily the really good thing about Copilot is, or all LLMs, is that you can ask, like, in even if you don't really know how to ask the question, your grammar is wrong. I don't even know default dict data structure, default dict the variable, default dict, like, what am I trying to say? I'm not quite clear, you know? But it will know what I mean, and it will just write it out for me, and then I know how to ask the question once it answers me. But it's like okay, but okay. So what is this, and what are the different methods available to me with it? Okay, because I know I want default dict, because I think that this one will allow me to insert a value if there is no key associated to it. And I don't really want to create like a dictionary, like dict equals, and then a dictionary, and then add every single key value pair, like A, 0, B, 0, C, 0. And then I have to do capital A, 0, capital B, 0, capital, right? Like, I don't want to do that. With default dict, I think it's that you can take, if you haven't seen this value, if there is no key associated with that value, or sorry, if there's no key associated with that element, it will create a key with a default value. And I want the default value to be 0, right? Like, that's kind of what's up. Oh, not that. This one. Okay, so default dict is a subclass of the dict collections. Okay, this means you don't need to check for the presence of a key. Exactly, I don't want to check for the presence of a key. See, it said it so much better than me. Presence of a key before accessing or modifying it. Very handy for avoiding key error exceptions. I don't like key value exceptions. I don't like any exceptions. How default dict works. Okay, when you create default dict. Okay, let's just get it. Okay. When you create default dict, you must provide a default factory function like int. Okay, if you want to try to access or assign a value to a non-existent key, the default dict automatically uses the factory function to create a default value for that key. Okay, so creating here int, does it just like go to 0? So counter, man, I can tell that it's 1 a.m. Okay. So category. Counter is here. Item is what here, which is all of those. And I want to go through each of the letters in. So I want something like for letter in S. Okay. Then what I want to do, I want to access. So I want my equals indexed at S, no, at letter, equals, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can. What I was thinking about doing is like this plus 1. I don't think that's right. So it's equals default dict, and then I need int here, I think, something like that. Default dict, int, okay, apples equals 3. Oh no, I think it apple. I think I can, because this is the plus equals 1. I think this should actually work. I think it should. Okay, so now I created the key value pair, so now I can iterate through it, right? So for whatever key val in, okay, how do I iterate through a default dict and get both the key and value? Okay, see what it has to say. Dot items. Okay, so I can just do dd dot items. Okay, cool. So in my dict dot items. Okay. Then I'm gonna set a variable equal to has odd value, and that's equal to 0. So I want to find out, like, is there at least one odd value? So if there's 10 odd values, I can only use one of those odd values. But if there is 0 odd values, I can't put a z there, right? It would be kind of like this. So there's 0 odd values in this, I have to use all of the even ones, right? But if there's like this, and then I don't know, they had like this, well, I can only use one of those z's, even if it was kind of like this, right? Like I can only use one of those z's. Well, I could use the HH, but you guys get what I mean. Like I can only say, okay, I'm going to use this z because it's odd. Sorry, that was actually a bad thing because I put multiple z's. But I need to just see, like, is there even one odd value? If there is an odd value, I can use it. If there's 10 odd values, well, too bad. I can't use an odd z and an odd y and an odd x, right? Like, so, okay, so here we go. Let's see. If val how do I dot is odd? I don't know. Is that a thing in Python? Can I do that? Is odd has odd value equals 1. Okay. So else what I want to do is, so length is going to be equal to 0. So we're starting out at 0. And then we want to, if we have like 6 B's, that is, we can use all 6. We can use all of the odd ones. If we have 7 B's, well, we can only use 6 of the B's. Now we can use that 7th B if we put that one in the middle, right? So that will come here into the has odd. Okay, so what do I want to do? Length plus equals value integer division by 2. So I'm going to divide it. Is that right? No, it's actually not right. Integer division by 2, and then multiplied by 2. I think that would work. Right? Like, I just want to get rid of the... So, like, for example, if we have 7, integer division is going to... 7 divided by 2 is going to end up being 3, right? 3. And it's actually 3.5. But we do integer division, it rounds down to 3, and then we multiply by 2, which is 6. So we're just like taking away that odd. Okay. And if we're not able to use this like is odd, we'll have to figure something else crazy out. Woo, crazy. Anyways, so we do that, and then so once we finish looping through all of those values in our dictionary, we can do if has odd value, then we know that we can put one of those odd values in. So we can do length plus equals 1, and then we can return length. Okay, let's see if that works. Nah, I didn't like it. Alright, so what do I want to do? Is odd. I could copy it and see if there's an is odd function, but let's I think I can actually use this. I'm gonna put this here so I don't forget about it. And then I'm gonna copy this, paste it here, and so this is going to. So I can do. I can use whatever it is, like the modulo operator. And so this is going to be 1 if it's odd, and it's going to be 0 if it's even. So if this, okay, then we set this Boolean value. All right, let's let's see about that. Hey, there we go. Nice. Cool. So we're not completely done yet. So we solved the problem. Thought it was a pretty nice problem. I liked it. But let's actually put this into ChatGPT. Oh, I did just want to press like this. What is the correct Python method? Okay. So I did want to do that just so that I can find like is odd method isn't it direct. Okay, so that they're doing the same thing about the modulo. Okay, I just wanted to see if there was something there. Okay, so now the next step is to see if there, I solved it, but is there a more efficient way to solve it? So let's see. Here is my solution to, and then we're gonna just copy and paste this. Can you think of more efficient ways to solve it? More efficient or creative? Why not? Why not creativity? Let's give creativity some chance. Okay. Is efficient and straightforward utilizing default dict. Let me suggest a creative alter. Oh, okay. So actually, I did do a creative one. Okay, I don't know if it's efficiency logic remains linear. Okay, so it mine apparently is linear, which makes sense, right? Like I'm iterating through each of the values in S, which is the string. So this is a linear operation. I'm accessing the key for the dictionary, which is an O of 1 time. So it's iterating through, and then all I'm doing is O of 1 time operations. So this entire thing is O of n. Then here I am going through each of the items in my dictionary, which is, so this is O of n, and now times, this is O of 1, times 1, times 1, times 1, times 1. So we're back to O of n, right? Like this is an O of n time complexity. So O of n plus O of n, and then we just return it. So our overall complexity is O of n. Okay, so count equals counters s. Okay, so they're just using like counters, which I believe does very similar things to what I was doing. And then we just check, like, add even counts. Okay, and then add the largest even part of odd. Okay, so essentially they're kind of doing something similar to what we were doing. The main thing that I was concerned about is, was there something fundamental, like some fundamental inefficiency which I was operating under, and that I could make my algorithm significantly better? And their solution said to be O of n, and it's not some algorithm that I was in the dark about and I kind of wanted to get exposure with, right? So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm going to continue to be making these Leetcoding videos. Probably be, as I said at the beginning of this video, a little bit more chill. Just the idea right now is to see problems, put it into my subconscious. Now, if I see something like this, maybe I didn't like hardcore memorize it, but you know, like it's in my subconscious, and I can probably I think I know how to do it, and I'll be on the right track, right? As I started at this problem, I was like, I'm not exactly sure, but I was able to kind of like work myself through it pretty quickly, I feel like, today. But who knows, like, I if it was a slightly more difficult problem, or just like I couldn't think of the solution, or I wasn't able to I don't know, I'm not sure like why I was able to kind of come to the solution today, Normally, normally I feel like that doesn't happen with me. I just look at the solution, or I look at the problem and I'm like, uh, what? What is going on here? But today I felt like, oh, okay, like I, I saw the problem and the solution just kind of came to me, which is weird because I also didn't like study this type of problem and I've never done this type of format before. Like, normally, if you do a lot of binary search, which is what I've been focusing on, you see a binary search and you're like, okay, I already know how to do it because I've done like 50 problems that are just like it or something like that, right? This one, I I haven't seen a problem that was like this, so I have no idea. So it was kind of interesting that I was able to kind of walk myself through it. Normally that does not happen. Normally I'm just stumped and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But anyways, yeah, like I'm just gonna be moving forward, just trying to do easies on a whole wide range of different problems. Just get that time in practice, you know? And over the course of a long time, I should be able to see a wide variety of different problems. I should be able to implant them into my subconscious. And then once I'm able to shift my energies from away from projects and towards Leetcode whenever I feel like I need to make some adjustments, then I think I'll be in a really good position and I will have not wasted any time whatsoever, and I'm doing really good at like to improve on my projects right now. So good things all around. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you tomorrow with another Leetcoding video and also with a machine learning project video. So I'm moving through my machine learning. So I'm going through this, trying to understand what's happening and explaining things as I go, and we're exploring this. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. See ya.